One, two, one, two, three, four.
What is happening? Welcome to the Mudblood podcast. This week we are brought to you in sponsorship with That Praise Guy. If you haven't checked it out, you don't know who he is, there's something wrong. Everyone knows who the Praise Guy is. The Praise Guy is the man. He's making millionaires. He has instant games. He has travel holidays. You can take the money if you want the car. Do whatever you want. What do you think, Willie?
You can get holidays.
Holidays.
It's a wee bit of fun.
Has a wee bit of everything. It's a wee bit, and all is there in the website. There's competitions every single day. He's involved with the podcast. He's involved with the fairs. He's involved with the charities. He's involved with everything. Get involved. Go and check him out. That Praise Guy. We are also brought to you in sponsorship. Speaking of hairy bastards, right? Manscaped. Is your balls hairy? Is your balls hairy? Sometimes. Is your balls like your head?
Do they have the mod haircut?
Is your balls like Paul Weller?
No, listen.
Wrinkly and long hair.
No, listen, they're very well.
They're very well groomed. You see,
right.
even the Magic Mod, he's in on it. He knows the crack. But if he wasn't, I'd be telling him today, go and get your pack. Get the Lawnmower 5.0, which has went up from the 4.0, which is really, really good technology. You can't cut your bollocks and stuff for shit.
Now, we can't guarantee you don't nick your bollocks, but it's very hard to.
Yeah.
If you try hard enough, you can do it. But
let us know. Send the pictures in if you've nicked your bollocks, because I don't think it is.
Yep.
I don't think it can happen. But anyway, send them to Willie's page.
We'll put them up at the end of the episode.
I'm not in the Olympics anymore.com, and that's Willie Thompson. Yes, that is Manscaped. And you know what? See, for just putting in the code Mudblood, you can get 20% off.
How much?
20% off.
What?
Yes. That's
no way.
Not 40, 20, because you don't put the two 20s together unless you're buying two separate fucking things, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Use the code Mudblood, you get 20% off. You know what Manscaped is. We've had them from the start. Check them out.
Yeehaw. So this week, what is happening? We've done all the sponsorship now. We can get into the actual action. We are joined by a very special guest, a very special man. He is
The Magic Mod.
the Magic Mod.
Did you forget them?
No, I
Generally thought this build up. I thought, is he talking to me or is he talking about you?
No. I always had
Thank
to
you very
guess the
much.
name. Yeah, it's great to
Thank
have
you.
you on, bud. I first met the Magic Mod in the Empire in Belfast and didn't know what to expect, and then you went out and fucking smashed it.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. I was bricking it, to be honest, and it was nice that before, because that was the first time I've ever done stand-up comedy. I don't class myself as a comedian. I'm a magician, but people seem to laugh when I'm doing an act. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest with you.
It's a good start.
I don't know what I'm doing, but it was good. You know, I really enjoyed it, and I felt the love in the room as well. Maybe that was because it was my first time. I don't know, but it was just something special about that room, and it was nice.
No, I think that it was something different for them that night, and then they seen it, and that's I was sort of saying, I don't know what way it's going to go here because they're just expecting a comedian to come on, and then somebody comes on and does magic. There's a couple of comedians here that do wee tiny bits of magic, but nothing like on the scale that you're doing.
I appreciate that. I remember the kid. There was a lad there in the corner, wasn't he? He was just vaping along. And I said, "Who's this? Your missus?" And everyone was like, oh. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? Who is it? It's his mum. Oh, right. And then I brung him up, and it was just so awkward because he was whispering in my ear, I shouldn't even be here. Like, I'm under 17 and all this. And he's like got about 3 pints around him and he's on the vape and that. And I'm thinking, fucking hell. I was expecting him to pull out a gold chain and start spitting bars.
Saying this 17 at this age in this country, he's technically a couple of years away from retirement.
You're actually bored of going to clubs by that age?
Yeah. You're actually, when you get till 18,
you don't want to be there anymore?
You've been coming here for 6 years,
It's once you can get in legally, it's not fun anymore.
No.
The fun is I'm not supposed to
He
be
turned
here.
18, they didn't let him in.
I've been going for weeks, and then my 18th birthday didn't let me in, bastard.
Do you have one of the old fake IDs like McLovin? And
No, I
all
had
that?
my actual ID. Then they were like,
No one looks at it.
They looked at it and went, no, you're not 18. I'm like, it says my birthday on it. They went, nah. Convinced the guy couldn't read. Fucking dickhead.
Have you seen a Magic Mod performing?
I haven't. I know you did. You warmed up for Kieran in the SSE.
Yeah.
How was that, by the way?
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, like I said, it's lovely to have been given that opportunity because that's his show. That let's have it right. If I went out there and it was fucking shit, people are going to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he went out there and smashed it out the park, if I went on there and I put on a shit performance, that warm up that wasn't no good, was it?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have done me any good. So it was sort of like So I saw you before, didn't I? You
Yeah,
were
that was before the anthem.
shooting
Yeah.
a promo for your show there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was fucking bricking it, absolutely bricking it, because that was. I mean, I've done Hull Arena before and somewhere else in.
Who was that with? Who
With
was
the
the Hull Arena?
Libertines. With the Libertines, yeah.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, so I've been on tour with Libertines, Pete Doherty, Paul Weller, and most recently Brian Jonestown Massacre.
Unreal.
And it's unheard of because people see me walking out, they go, here we go, he's going to sing Wonderwall. Next thing you know, I fucking pull out a deck of cards and they go, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know, like some bloke said in a quote, I think I was playing at the Barrowlands and, sorry, I know I was playing there, but I think the quote was from there. He said, it's not often you see a geezer walking out and he looks like an extra from Quadrophenia doing card tricks. I don't know how to take it, but I will.
Did you like it?
Oh, I loved it, mate. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, I've had people call me, like the Enemy, when I first did, we played Margate Winter Gardens, and it was like the second to last show on tour with the Libertines. And they had a reporter there, and you never, ever Google yourself after a show. Ever.
Oh, never.
That's like, you never do it. But I did it. And it come up with this report about the Enemy done about the gig, and it was like, oh, but there was a magician, he was absolutely shambolic with his woke comedy and his like unspoken trick. I was thinking, mate, you haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about. It's my heroes growing up were the people like Tommy Cooper and your Paul Daniels, where it makes it look like the trick's gone wrong, but actually, hang about, he's pulled it out of the bag here.
Yeah.
You know, and anyway, like,
What was woke about it? Or is that just like they just like to use that word?
I think it was before this sort of, you know, the way they sort of
They
say it
throw
now.
that
Yeah,
about.
it was just some shit that they said. To be honest, the only time I ever got the Enemy is if I ran out of fucking toilet paper and I needed something to wipe my arse with, because I would never read that shit in my life. But I did there for my review, because, you know, you always got to see what people are saying about it.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm over it. I
Did
know
you
where
send
he
him a
lives.
message? Did you send-
Fucking right, I did.
And did he reply?
Oh, no, did he fuck? Every time something happens, like when I got my, when I was accepted into the Magic Circle, they posted a picture, and Paul Weller posted a picture of my certificate on his socials. So I tagged the little cunt in it. I said, there you go, mate, have some of that, do a report about that. Never got back to me. I think it's got to the point where he probably blocked me.
Yeah.
But people, I don't expect people to love me, you know, similar to what you said a minute ago, you know, people, you don't care what people say sometimes.
Yeah, but it sort of seemed
But
like
it's-
he went out of his way there. To just
Oh,
fucking-
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Because
But
there was-
you get that, but sometimes you get
Oh,
a review and
100%.
you're like, I'm clearly not for you, which is fine. But they don't do the parameter of, oh, well, if I was into this, I could see why it's good.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
never
They just
look
go,
at that. Yeah.
shite,
Yeah.
not for shite.
Yeah.
That's
And
annoying.
I think it's like when you do weddings, when I do like weddings or corporates where people aren't buying tickets to see you, I'm quite aware that not everybody's going to like us.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And you will get people that don't like it maybe if they can go to one of your gigs because somebody's brought them, but there's less chance of that. So I do be aware of that. So I think when you're doing support, there is a point at, but when somebody has a voice like that or a platform to go out there to just, because you can, I've been to loads of gigs where you've seen the support and it wasn't for you, but you don't go out of your way to fucking put it all on social media and go, this was bollocks.
Yeah.
You know, did he give the Libertines a bad report that night?
Oh, no, of course, he was licking their arse, mate. He was like, oh, it's the best show we've ever seen, this and that.
Well,
but then
in a
he was
way, he
slating
sort
me.
of fucked them because he basically says what they picked for support was shit.
Well, the next day, I remember we were playing Brighton, and that was the last night, and I went up to Pete and I said, Pete, what do you reckon of this? He said, what do you do? I said, I searched it, and Cole was like, you never do that, you never do that. Anyway, I showed him, and he'd read it, and he went, should we find out where he lives? And I was like, no, nothing like that. I know he was only fucking about, well, I didn't know back then, but you know, I've been doing it for a long time now, that I learned that stuff like that just motivates me. Like, the fact that I still remember it, it does motivate me to do the best that I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, them reviews that I got from the last tour I did with the Brian Jonestown Massacre, couldn't have asked for better. Like, it was so amazing to have
But
read
it's
that
so
people-
out there. It's so out there what acts are letting you come and do. Do you get what I mean? Even Kieran getting to do you on before. That's so out there. Like, that's so away from what we normally do.
Yeah.
That, you know, it is a risk.
Of course.
It is a risk, you know what I mean? So every day you go up there and every time you go up to do that, well, the difference is now you're doing the shows and it's the Magic Mod. You're going to see the Magic Mod. That's the difference when it's a show that's you and you're selling tickets to it. this is what you're getting, this is what you're coming to see, and I think people,
Yeah.
and you'll really feel the love in them rooms.
I mean,
And that support is one of the hardest ones you can do because you have to win them over
Yeah.
when they're not there to see you. And also it's cold, and not just temperature wise, like you're there to warm them up
Yeah.
when they already like are kind of like, who the fuck's this guy? So it is quite hard to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So fair fucks, like.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
the thing is, like what Joel said, who was in the band, BJM, and he said, like, you're standing on there on your own. Like, if we fuck up in the band, there's always someone else to pick up the pieces. But if you mess up, mate,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
said,
you're-
there's no one there. But
Yeah.
there was this one time when we went out. I have to tell you this story. Played Brighton. We've done Brighton 3 nights at Concord 2. It's called, right by the seafront. And on the first night, I needed the volunteer. I went, right, you there, mate, you there. I was pointing at this geezer. Next thing you know, I turned around and there was a woman on the side of the stage, and I'm like, right, okay, we'll go with it. So I got her on the stage and I was like, right, pick a card and all this. And she was looking at me and she was shaking and all this. And I was thinking, fucking hell, I hope she don't collapse or something here. You know, what's going on here? Anyway, said, right, remember this card or the trick will go wrong. And she was like, oh, God, right, yeah, okay, like memorising it and all this. And then the way, all it was I had this old bear trap and I put the cards in this bear trap and I have to get the card out before the trap goes, right? So I got this trap out and I've opened it up. Next thing you know, I've turned around and she's fucked off, right? She's gone. And I'm like, right, what's happened here, right? But, you know, being a professional, you try and go along with it. I didn't have a clue what I was going to fucking do, to be honest. But one of the other band members come on the stage, right, and he helped me out, and we got through it, right? And then at the end, I said, like, what happened to her? She was like, mate, she was on the side of the stage, and she was so nervous, she didn't know what to do, so she popped a pill before she went on the stage, right? And then she was like, did you do anything else? She's like, oh, yeah, I've done a load of mushrooms and a couple of lines before the gig as well. This was someone from the crowd, right? And then when she come on there, and the lights were all there, and she saw all these people's faces, I think she was just like,
Freaked
oh
out.
shit, do you know what I mean? Like, I would have hated to have felt how she was feeling.
Yeah.
But then that explained why.
Why she
I mean, the way,
just
yeah,
she
if I'm
fucked
tripping
off,
off my head
yeah.
of mushroom, someone lobs a bear trap out. I'm leaving, like.
Like she went from that gig and she's like, I was on the stage and everything. People's like, fuck off. She's like, I'm telling you. And there's a guy with a bird trap and they're like, fucking don't take any more.
I think she left after that because she didn't stay around for the gig, like, which was bad, but it was, listen, it makes a story. I mean, Paul Daniels didn't have to deal with anything like that. Mate, he was unbelievable, though. He's one of
that's great.
like, people don't understand how really good he was. I mean, he was an elite magician, but he was the fucking greatest, mate. Some of the stuff he did, everything about him I love. Similar to Tommy Cooper. Tommy Cooper's my favourite because you just
To
can't.
make it go wrong, but make it look good.
That's harder to even do it.
Yeah.
Like,
But Paul Daniels, one of the favourite things Paul Daniels done that I loved was a wee thing he used to do, this wee programme. A little bit of magic. I forget what they called it. It was a fucking show and he dressed up as a fucking thing in it.
who?
Paul Daniels done
Dressed up as a what?
there was a costume, but it wasn't him. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was Sean, Google it there to see. Paul Daniels. It was like a magic show, but it was like a character, and it was a kids' TV program when we were kids. It was a little bit of magic. Magic was the song.
The Paul Daniels Magic Show
Was that what it was called?
coming up. Yeah.
See, it was one of the, like, I know who he is, but it was a bit before my time. Same with Tommy Cooper, obviously, you go back and watch the stuff.
Yeah.
But he died way before I was born.
Do you know he died on the stage as well?
I've seen
Have
the
you seen
footage.
Yeah, and everybody were laughing. Everyone was laughing.
It seems
thought
like
it was part of the
something
act.
he would do.
Yeah.
And but it does though. It seems like he would
Died in
collapse.
his hole. He died in
Quite
his hole.
literally,
His
yeah.
last gig, he died in his hole.
And he does he makes a death rattle, but it sounds like he's snoring.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and then he falls back, but his feet are still outside the curtain.
And then someone just pulls his feet back and it's like,
And so it does look really funny, but he has just
what way
fucking
to go
collapsed
though?
and
I
died.
mean, I mean, you can't
On
really
stage.
choose.
I don't know if that's what I would want. I don't think I'd want to go on stage.
Oh, I know how
I'd
I'd
love
want
to.
to go.
And do you think when they pulled him back in, do you think people looked down at him and went, do you think we still have to pay him?
Probably. Expecting him to come out and go, ha ha.
What got you into magic?
Paul Daniels magic set. My mum and dad got me one. And
What age were you?
I was about 6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Did you like magic before that? Had you had experience of magic?
I didn't like anything about magic, to be fair. So when I got that, I wouldn't say I was ungrateful, but I was just like,
what the fuck's this?
yeah, how am I supposed to plug this into the TV and play with it? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But when I lifted that lid, I say it sounds so like cliche, but when I did lift that lid off, magic did happen because I was just hooked on it like that. And I can't explain it. Someone asked me the other day, you know, what attracted you, what kept you doing it? And I can't explain it. It's like you can go into a room. I could show you a trick right in a minute and show you a trick. Yeah. And then you can go back to feeling like that kid at Christmas again when you opened your favourite present or whatever you had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's an amazing feeling to make people feel like that again,
Yeah.
like a kid again at Christmas. It's because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, all right. You know something is going to happen. It's impossible to explain. But then the more you think about it, the further away you are from how it's actually working.
Yeah.
I love that, especially when you do a gig and you've got someone, like the other day I had this bloke and he was like proper close to the cards like that. Like my hand was there and he was like that. I was like, do you reckon you can get any closer, mate? Like,
we get that as well as comedians, where it's somebody thinking they're funnier than us. Do you know, like it's near enough like they're trying to prove. And when you get them at weddings where like this guy's maybe been making everybody at the table laugh all night, and then they go, here's a comedian, and we come out and he's like, oh, he's going to steal my thunder.
Yeah.
So then they go out of their way to make and fuck up your stuff. Do you get what I mean? So that's
100%.
basically what, like, see when somebody's doing a magic trick or something with me, I'd be amazed at it all. I obviously don't know what way it all works, but it's one of them ones I do, like you said, and they go back to being a kid, like I'd be like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
See, I get pissed off when people do magic tricks because I can't work it out.
Yes.
And I end up getting really fucking annoyed. So I'm like,
going to
don't
have
show me
some fun with you in a minute.
Oh, this will annoy me all day.
In, son.
Oh, for fuck's
Strap
sake.
yourself in.
And what did you were 6, did you say?
6, mate, yeah. And then I did my first sort of gig. Well, the first gig I ever did, right, was I went up to this... Yeah, I mean, used to knock about at school and that with a deck of cards. And I remember this teacher, I always bring this up, I always used to shuffle my cards. It's going to sound so bad, but I used to keep the cards under the table and all of a sudden you just had... You know, like the riffle shuffle, right? And I just always used to practice that shuffle because there's a way of doing it. If you do it correctly, I think it's like 20 odd or 30 times from a shuffled deck, you can get it back into back in order, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always practicing. I remember she come round and she just took the cards off me and threw them in the bin. And the exact words are, "You're never going to go anywhere with a deck of cards." And I was like,
And then you put them out from behind her ear and you're like,
"You're on the hit list." Yeah.
She fucked them in the bin. She woke up in their house that night and they were on her pillow.
Listen, she was never to be seen again. But
You put her in the cupboard.
but she was.
Paul Daniels' house. Hey!
She was.
Daughter, man.
I mean, people always say to me, "Can you saw people in half?" I say, "Well, I can do the first bit, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know about the second bit." But she was a bit of a wee bitch. But look at me getting the lingo here, wee bitch.
You wee bitch.
Aye.
She was a wee bitch.
The English geezer with the lingo.
She's a wee bitch.
Do you know what I like doing as well when I do a show here, right, and people are heckling? I love it when I just go quiet and go, "Would you fuck up?" like that, and they're like, "He speaks like us."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is unbelievable.
That's such a thing. It's so normal for us to say it, but I find, say, if I'm in England and someone heckles, and it's so natural for us to turn around to someone and go, fuck up. But you do it in England and they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, sorry. And you're like, they don't do that over in England. Whereas here, my mom would tell me to fuck up as a kid.
Well,
like you're crying and they're like, fuck up, would you? And you're like,
Not nice one.
not now, no. And the Ouija board you would.
Fuck
Can
up.
you do that? That would be magic. Can you make me see my mummy again?
I'm not a miracle worker. I'm not a miracle. Sorry, mate. I can give you some very strong drugs that probably make you see a few things.
A girl with emotions at the concert.
Yeah, I'll find her for you, mate. Fucking hell.
So you're in the magic circle.
Yeah. It was a year ago last week that I got accepted.
Holy shit.
That was unbelievable.
Do you apply for that?
So the way you do it is, you apply and then you have an interview, right? And you need to know that you know what you're talking about magic, basically. And then you have to do one trick. That's it, one trick. It could be an easy trick. It can be whatever. There doesn't have to be a real skill level to it. They just want to see that you can handle a trick and with the patter. So with my son running about the house and all that and shouting, I ended up going to my wife's sister's house, and I went upstairs to her bedroom because apparently that's where the magic happens. Yeah. And she's going to fucking hate that. But anyway, I went in there and I did this interview and. It was like, this is going well. This is going fucking brilliant. Right.
And this is on Zoom?
This is on Zoom. Yeah. And then he goes, "Would you mind showing us a trick?" Absolutely. I have one prepared, and I've put this. I've put the camera on this light. Like, she had this old light, and I've had it there. And I'm right. So, and I'm too into the patter that I didn't realise that the phone's fallen over, so he can't see what I'm doing. Right, and I'm like, yeah. So this is good, mate. So, and I'm looking. Oh shit! Did you see that? I'm gonna have to do it again, and it completely threw me off. Right. So then because I thought, fucking smashing this out of the park here. And it didn't even have to be a whole performance. It just had to be one trick. But I've sort of gone for it. I thought, balls in the park. Like, this is it. Boom. Shit. Cameras. So I put it up and he's just sitting there like, you didn't see that, did you? I was like, let's just do that again. So I went through it and I thought, I fucked this up. I have fucked this up. But then I got an email a couple of weeks ago and they said, right, brilliant. We've accepted you to do onto the next stage, which is your examination. And I was thinking, oh God, because I hate exams and I don't know what it is. I just hate everything about them. And what it is you're doing 10 minutes of magic, but not only that, I could do fucking 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. The problem is you're performing to other magicians. And that is one of the biggest fears.
Yeah, well, us the comedians, like,
because we know, the tricks, you know what you're doing.
We're analysing you more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
100%. And it was nerve-wracking. But first of all, I was going to go up to London and do it in the Magic Circle. But then I thought, do you know what? Let's just bring it closer and I'll do it from home. Because, I know it sounds stupid.
I've done that in Zoom again then?
Yeah, because I'm in my house, that's my happy place. And I thought, right, nothing can go wrong here. And I sort of...
Do you think the Magic Circle were doing Zoom before Zoom was a thing?
Maybe. I don't know, man. I mean,
throw a wee crystal ball.
It is bad. It is really, like, scary, though, because you can't see any of them, right? But you can see there's, like, about 20 people, right? And they're all top magicians. You don't know who they are. Some of them... I might be wrong, but you remember Marvin's Magic? Yeah? the sets, Marvin's Magic. Yeah. I think the creator, Marvin Burgess, I think his name was. I think he was in watching because he's really, really high up in the Magic Circle. Because on the certificate,
the Magic Circle's like the Masons, isn't it?
It's the most prestigious club in the world. Apparently, there's less than 2,000 members in the whole world.
In the Magic Circle.
In the Magic Circle.
And I dare say there's like a code, like you can't give away tricks. You can't tell people.
Oh, that's
Christmas dinners would be fucking class.
What was the name? Are you thinking we cut into the turkey and there's a deck of cards pops out?
They pull crackers out and each card's in there that you chose and shit like that, mate.
Oh, that's so good.
Apparently the Christmas dinners are wild and that, but imagine.
I was only joking about that.
What was the TV show that had the magician giving away the tricks?
Oh,
the masked magician. Oh, was he a fucker in the magic world?
Do you know what, right? I think anyone who goes out their way to tell people how tricks are done for likes, for views, is an absolute cunt.
Yeah.
Because you're pissing on someone's that's their living.
Yeah.
There's some people out there who they can know 20, 30 tricks and their set is based around these 20, 30 tricks and they're happy. They're making a comfortable living. They're going around doing all these shows. And then you got some fucking Toby from Margate or something teaching people on TikTok, oh, this is how you do it. You do it like this. Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, I've never worked that one out, why people go out their way to tell people how they're done. The whole part of magic is the element of, oh, could it be done like this? Could it be done like that? You don't know. So why?
And also for him because I think he still tried to have a career as a magician, but it's like, you've just spent 2 years telling me it's all tricks. So it's not, I don't want to see, It's not that impressive. But I imagine most magicians fucking hate that guy.
Do you remember the last one? He actually revealed his face, didn't you?
I bet you
had as soon as he revealed his face, I bet everyone was on the phone going, do you know where he lives? Brilliant.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I mean, I used to watch it just for the pure enjoyment of watching magic, and that's the truth. But as soon as they told you how the trick's done, it just ruined it for me. So I tend to press mute and that. And that sounds stupid, but I did.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, because he always did the trick first, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he would, now I'm going to reveal how it's done. All that. And I thought, nah, I can't be watching that. And then you have Penn and Teller. And I think I'm right in saying they are not in the Magic Circle because they give a lot of their tricks away as well. And
were they ever in it?
I'm not too sure about that. I know. Do you remember Stephen Mulhern?
Yes.
He Britain's Got More Talent. He used to.
Yes, he was on kids' TV for years when I was younger. Yeah,
yeah. I think he was in it, and then I think he got kicked out of it. But
I didn't realise he was a magician.
Really, really good. He was a good magician. Yeah, really good. Well,
yeah.
For a kids' TV, I was like, eh.
I remember meeting him once, right, for the crack, because he brung out his own magic set and he switched on the lights in Crawley, right? I know. That's what I inspire to do, mate. Switch on the lights in West Belfast. I remember he was standing there waiting to switch the lights on, right? And I remember I went up to him and went, oh, right, because at the time he followed me on Twitter, right, which was mental. I don't know, I might have tagged him in something about, because he brung his own magic set out. And I was chatting, I was like, yeah, I've got one of your magic sets anyway, any chance of a refund? Like that, right? And he just looked at me. I was like, oh shit, he ain't got no banter here, has he? Like, right, okay. Maybe it's because the cameras weren't on that he didn't like sort of have a laugh back with me and that.
Yeah.
I was thinking, shit. All right, well, nice to meet you. See you later. And anyway, a couple of days later, I went on Twitter and he fucking unfollowed me. I was thinking, I might have a crack.
How's your refund? Fuck me.
Mate, it's a joke, innit?
Yeah.
When I met Paul Daniels and told him I bought his magic set as a kid, or I got it given to me, and that was the inspiration, he said, you need to get your head looked at, mate. And I was like, all right, any advice? I said, any advice? And he said, yeah, just don't do it. And I was like, all right. But, you know, that meant more to me than...
Yeah, get you.
But that's every big
you.
comedian I've met is when I was younger, and you'd be like, any advice? There? Yeah, don't do stand-up, it's fucking shit.
Who's your hero in comedy?
Louis C.K. would be my favourite comic.
What about yourself?
Tom Stade.
Yeah?
Fucking stayed, man. I was with him last week.
He's just so fucking rock and roll, this guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's brilliant. He's a legend, like.
Is he?
He's the nicest fucking guy in the world too, which is nice. Because sometimes you meet a big comic and they can be dicks, but he's lovely. I was fucking... Where was I with him last week? We were in the Liverpool.
Yeah.
He was doing the Have a Word roast.
Right, okay.
Then I went out with him after.
Very
He was fucking hammered, God love him. And you know what Steve's like when he's hammered? Just fucking spitting
Oh,
everywhere.
good. Hey.
Fuck you, come here, you little fucking spastic. Come here. No, it's fine. I love him. He's fucking great. I love him so much.
Yeah. It's just cool that you get that, like, growing up, I would have been Dave Allen and Billy Connolly, because that would have been the ones that my man and dad watched. My dad loved Tommy Cooper. But I would have watched all them ones growing up. And then I met Billy Connolly after a show in the Waterfront. Never thought I was doing comedy. Never even thought I would get into it, to be honest. So never had a conversation with him about that. But did do something like, there was a wee sick guy he knew, and I got him like all these different memberships to different Saturday clubs and whatever. And he was an alright guy, like I spoke to him. But then when I got gigging and I met Tom was like, he's like a rock and roll star on stage, if you know what I mean. It's just like, compared to other comedians.
Just has a charisma that is so natural.
And he's got the husky voice and it's just everything that goes
just
with it.
has his own way of speaking.
Yeah. So whenever I'm
one
like
else
watching
can
him from the side, you're just like, that's fucking like
Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ticks all the boxes to me. And I don't know how he's not fucking worldwide. Like, you know, he is a well known comedian all over the world, but I mean, Harry's not bigger than what he is.
Yeah, because
that
he is fucking phenomenal. I think it's taken like the new generation of like podcast, like Have a Word and all the podcasts coming up to go, he is fucking amazing for him finally to get the flowers he deserves.
Yeah.
Because he's brilliant. Like, what about you? Who's your like inspiration in magic? Paul Daniels, Tommy Cooper,
yeah. I mean, I went for a phase of liking David Blaine a lot, to the point where, do you remember when he went up in that box for 44 days and nights in London?
And they were hitting golf balls at him.
Oh, fucking throwing all sorts. Someone threw like cheeseburgers at him and paintballs. He went through it all. I remember being there. I went there on the day he went in, and then I think I pestered my mum. I think we went another 5 times during him up there. And looking back, I'm just looking at a geezer in a fucking box waving at him like that. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? Do you know what I mean?
But I think that's as somebody who's looking up or trying to do.
I suppose it's more the fact, you know, you're close to someone who you've watched on TV and he's a bit of a hero in that. Because his magic is out of this world. Like, what I always say is, you know, the best to ever do it, in my opinion, is Tommy Cooper, because he had the whole persona. He had everything, right?
Yeah.
David Blaine's magic is on the next level, but you can't compare him, because David Blaine he'll pull frogs out of his fucking mouth and pull a card out of his arse or whatever. Like, it's different, but he wouldn't have the sort of the patter to
the-
make you
yeah,
laugh.
the charisma,
you wouldn't
yeah.
you wouldn't laugh about that.
No,
You'd just
I
be.
get
He's a lot more.
You just have
It's
to
almost
shock.
more dramatic with David
Yeah.
Blaine. There's high production. There's cameras. There's like
It's
music
mental.
over it.
It's mental. His stuff is.
Lamb drum.
He's going to start rapping in a minute. I was like, go on, son.
But you know what I mean, there's just
Shangle,
always
shangle, 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 shangle.
there's just heavy fucking like music over the back of it, make it more dramatic.
No,
Whereas
he
Tommy
is.
Cooper was just him in the stage.
Yeah, it's just him. Do you ever see this one? It's on the top of my head now. When all the lights were down and it was just a little silhouette of him playing this organ, Tommy Cooper, right?
Yeah.
And then he stood up and he just walked through it, and it was just like the saloon doors, this organ, and it was just absolute gold.
Yeah.
The fact that you're both looking at me thinking, what is this?
Oh no, I know.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
thank fuck for that.
Oh, I get what you mean.
It
Yeah.
was fucking like no one else could do that. Imagine getting Dynamo doing that. They go, is he all right?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know
Get
what
you.
I mean?
I remember one routine. he
Genius.
did.
What, did Dynamo? I seen a picture of him recently. Like, he's just not on TV anymore.
I don't know what happened because
think-
he was the shit for a while. Like he was the fucking guy that everyone
Yeah.
watched. For
He was
a while.
seriously ill, wasn't he? He had
What happened?
was it Crohn's? He had Crohn's, and it got really, really bad. And then there was a picture of him where his face was really, really blown up, and it was awful. God love him. And he had to step away for a while, and then he was on the TV 6 months ago. He brung a program out. I think it was called Dynamo is Dead or something like that. And it was like, whether it's him sort of, I don't know, sort of pulling down the curtain on the rest of his career, I don't know, because I didn't really watch it. But he was good, you know. But it's not my sort of style. But I would never say a bad word about him.
Yeah.
Because what he did for Magic is he put it back on the
radar again.
exactly
yeah.
that.
Make the ordinary people seeing it.
Who's the guy from here? Joe Lem? Is that his name? The magician?
Rod Hug.
No, Joe Lem. I'm pretty. It's like a younger sort of guy.
I don't know.
He's really fucking good. I only saw him on TV because he was on with Cody Rhodes, but I was like, it's fucking class.
So would you say
This
that?
week cunt over here.
I know.
fucking,
I know.
what I mean?
He does live here.
What?
He does live here.
Oh, what? I know.
No,
What do you mean? I'm just having.
we're fucking-
He's like big on like TikTok. I don't get this.
Bigging someone else up.
No,
I'm
it's just-
joking. I'm joking.
I'm just giving flowers to magicians. The guy was. I just know he's big on TikTok and shit.
I don't know.
What's his name?
Joel M.
Lem. M.
Joel M.
Joel M.
Yeah. I don't know what they.
Do you got
Do you
it?
know who it is?
No, but I was like, sorry, it's not Joe Lamb.
Will come up.
If you say his name 3 times, he comes through the door.
No, I just saw that him. He was on TikTok and shit. He was fucking cool. What?
Does it?
What? I'm trying to show an interest in magic. Fuck me for making an effort.
Look, listen, fuck this, Joel.
It's just the way he says he's the best one from here. Like,
I didn't say that. I said he's really good from here. I said he's
thought-
big from here.
Oh, I did.
Because he was on like Britain's Got Talent and shit. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. You got him?
He's on Blue Peter.
Is
on
he?
Blue
Show me a
Peter.
picture of him.
You mightn't recognise him because he was on Zoom with you in the Magic Circle.
Maybe.
That's why you didn't see him.
Just cut out if I said anything bad about him. Oh, yeah. I ain't got a fucking clue.
Do you know Rod Hug?
No, but apparently he's from here. And
Yeah, Korean.
I don't think there's many magicians over. Not being disrespectful, because I certainly haven't come over here and got a chip on my shoulder and think I'm the best one, because I'm not. I know that, but you can't compare. Like the missus said the other day, like you're just totally different to any other magician, because you're just like no one knows what to expect. And the truth is, I don't even know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because I just, similar to yourselves, when you go out there and you think, what am I going to say, what this and that, you base it around how the crowd is. And that's exactly what I do with my tricks. If I walk out there and they're really up for it, I go, right, it's just going to be fucking easy. We're
Do you
gonna
do
go for it.
pickpocketing or anything like that?
I don't like to mention that on camera. But
But you know what I mean? Is that your...
this jacket weren't mine until a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think the geezer's still looking for it, to be honest with you. But no.
That's a good pickpocket if you can take the jacket.
Pickpocketing, taking all the
Oh,
pockets.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He's in the boot of the car. as
But
well.
like taking the tie off people and the watches, it's different.
No, I don't think it would sort of go with my style.
persona. Get you.
I did, funny enough, I have done this one where you can take someone's watch off, and I think I did a wedding, I did this trick and I took the guy's watch off and I put it on me. And he just didn't even notice, right? And I was like,
I keep it.
how long's this trick go? And I was looking, he's like, I was thinking, is this geezer all right? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I'll be back in a minute, mate. I ended up doing the rest of the gig with this geezer's watch on to the point where I actually forgot. And I'm halfway. I've left this fucking venue. I've left the venue. I've looked at, got this geezer's watch on. So I pulled back up and went, you can have this. He goes, no, it's all right, mate. I've got one. Oh, you cheeky bastard. How do you not fucking know?
No.
How did you not know?
He's on the same mushrooms as your
He
woman.
probably fucking was, mate. But do you want to see a trick?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give it one. It's I always like to open up with a big one, so I'll get the trick out of the way first. Just sign your name across there. Big as you can. All right, we got that. I don't know, so that camera can see that. Yeah, you see that. So that's your card with your signature. Okay. Just hold your hand out for me. The clean one. All right. Just hold on to that tightly. And turn your hand over. And you've got your card, okay? I'm going to take the Jack of Diamonds.
Yep.
All right. Hold on to that as tight as you can. And I'm going to put Mod with a little smiley face at the bottom. Okay? Mod with a little smiley face at the bottom. So you have your card and I've got my card. Okay? Lift your hand up. This might take a while. Yeah, that's it. That's your card.
Oh, fuck off! What?
And that should be my card with my signature.
No, it's mine.
Oh my god! What the fuck? See, this is gonna annoy me all day now. How's he doing? That's mental.
I couldn't really do that trick during COVID, but... do you want me to try? I'll try one on you, yeah?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Can you make Willie walk again?
Yeah. I can walk.
I'm not a miracle worker.
I can walk better than you, goat legs. Fucking medieval disease you got.
Well, cerebral palsy's only the modern one, is it?
Yeah, we're modern. You've got fucking Henry VIII disease, right?
All right, take anyone you like, just like we did in rehearsals, all right?
Okay.
Got it? Show the camera, show Paddy, don't show me. You got it?
Yeah.
Just place it on top and just say stop.
Stop.
There?
Yeah.
Did you notice anything different about your card?
In what way?
Fuck me, it's not a trick question, just yes or no.
No.
Right.
It just looked like a normal card.
What colour was the back of your card?
Black, blue.
Fuck me, I've picked the wrong person, didn't I?
Told you. Told you.
Is that not the back of them?
That's blue, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. If there was a different coloured card in there, it would stick out like a sore thumb, right?
Yeah.
If this was your card, would that be a good trick?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, don't build your hopes up. I'm in Belfast, I'm not in Vegas.
Yeah.
Was that your card, the Queen of
Holy
Diamonds?
fuck.
Hold your hand out. All right, there's the Queen of Diamonds. Put your other hand on top and hold tightly. Hold tightly. All right, don't let go. Paddy, just say stop.
Stop.
There. Remember that card. Remember that card? Remember that card? That card is going to turn red as well, okay? Hang on. That card's going to turn red. Fuck. That card's going to turn red as well. Might have gone wrong here. What was the card you had a minute ago in your hand?
It was the Queen of Diamonds.
What's the card you just saw?
3 of spades, wasn't it?
I know that. Oh my god, no way.
Turn your...
What the fuck? You're a wizard, man.
There's we got time for another 20.
That's fucking insane.
I ain't done this one for a while. My son was playing about with this bit of paper. This is a little illustration that I've done, and it may not look like anything, but hopefully in a minute we're going to turn that into an assistant and he's going to help me out. All right. Just say stop.
Stop.
There. Take that card, look at it.
Yep.
You got it? And show everyone.
Okay.
All right.
Got it? and just place it anywhere you like. Yeah. Okay. So, as I said, he doesn't look like much at the moment, right? But this took a lot of years. You remember like origami and shit like that, you know, like folding the bits of paper.
Yeah.
It's a great skill, okay? So first of all, we're going to make him look like an assistant. So there he is there, you see, he's got his eyes and he's got his moustache.
Uh-huh.
Right? He's going to find your card. First of all, he needs to know what your card is. So he's going to look at you. Just let your mind go blank. Fuck me, that was quick. Right. He's going to know exactly... He's going to know exactly what your card was, right? First of all, he knows it was a red one. Am I right?
Yeah.
He said... Oh... He said it's an ace. Is he right in saying it's an ace?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, he's not going to do anything more. What he's going to do is fold himself into the ace of hearts.
Oh my good God. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate this. This is... It's so good. It pisses me off that I can't work it out.
Nice.
I gotta get the
Is there a certain type of card that you have to use?
I need the masked magician in here.
In terms of decks, I always use bicycle.
Yeah.
You can't get any better than that. Anyone says you can, no, you can't. I'm telling you now. These cards are so smooth. The way you can just fan them out is just beautiful. You like a normal deck of cards you get off a pack from a service station or something. You wouldn't be able to like fan them out. They'd be all stuck together, and they're no good for anything. They use these ones. They say they're the best for like poker. They're so easy just to.
Do you play cards?
No. I'm terrible.
I wouldn't fucking play with them.
See, what about with cards?
4 aces every time.
But a lot of people think that I am good with cards because of playing card games. So in my set, like the stage show I do, there's a little, I don't know, 4 or 5 tricks that are based around card games.
Yeah.
And getting people involved in that, and it's a lot of good fun. You know, I'm really enjoying that part of the show. But in terms of playing cards, no, I can't. Got a funny story actually where I got kicked out. I'm actually banned from a certain casino, right? And what happened was about 10 years ago, there was a documentary maker from Belfast called Ali Mackenzie, okay? And he wanted to do a film all about me being the magic mod and how I got involved and follow me doing some shows. I said, brilliant. On the last day of filming, we filmed in Brighton, and in the evening, Conor McGregor was fighting. Not in Brighton, I think it was in Vegas, but we were in Brighton, and that's when I used to drink. I don't drink now, teetotal, right? But I thought, fuck it, we'll have some of this. We will have some of this. So I took all the boys out, and we went in this casino. It's lively, mate. It was lively. And there was this geezer, and he was on the blackjack table, and he was fanning the cards out. And people said, do you reckon you can go up to him and take one of the cards out of the deck without him knowing? I like a challenge. So I downed my WKD blue, stuck it on the side.
Big drinker back in?
I fucking flat out, mate. That was just a short. And then I went up to him. I was chatting to him. I was like, oh, right, yeah. Oh, these cards are lovely. These cards are lovely. And I just put my hand on the table, right? Put my hand over this card and palmed it and then walked away. I was like, yeah, brilliant, mate. Thanks. You know, I didn't even know what I was saying to him. Fuck knows what he was saying to me. But the challenge was there, take a card off the table. And I managed to get one, right? So I had that. I stuck it in my pocket. And then we were still in this casino for another couple of hours. And I remember looking over at this geezer, and he's still counting them, going, like, he knows there's one missing. And me and the boys are like, this is brilliant. As I said, carried on drinking, played a bit of roulette. Then we went to leave, and this woman went, excuse me, you got one of our cards? I went, no, I haven't. She said, no, you have. And I went, what? And I actually forgot. I was fucking blocked. Put my hand in my pocket, and I went like that. And as I held my hands up, I held like the 7 of spades in my hand. And they went, right. He took that and said, you're banned. And I thought, yeah, you think nothing of it. A few months later, we went in the same casino to watch. There was another fight. I think it might have been David A or someone, to watch it with my dad, right? And the woman goes, all right, took my dad's thing, signed him up. Yeah, Derek, welcome, well done. Ben, no, you're not allowed to. You're banned. And the old man's like, is he fuck, right? Like that, looking, and I'm thinking, shit, this is going to sound so bad, you know, explaining it. But at the time, you know, it was just a dare, and I thought it'd be something funny. But
Yeah.
I'm not allowed. I'm still not allowed in that casino.
Because you stole a car.
And the thing is, if those of you who are any good at like football knowledge and all that, this sponsor, probably 5-6 years ago, ended up sponsoring Fulham Football Club as well. And I used to do quite a lot of stuff with Fulham.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
It's fucking one of them ones.
yeah.
And how did the whole thing with like going with groups and stuff come about?
So that was totally unexpected. Totally unexpected.
You were the Magic Mod before that?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So, I always loved my magic and the music, and I've always wanted to try and bring it together. But the way I thought I would bring it together is maybe having a band play before I go on or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would end up supporting people I've grown up listening to.
Yeah.
Mental. So I used to do a lot of stuff in and around London on the music scene, to like independent clubs or a little indie scene going around where new bands would play with a deck of cards. And I was making a little bit of a reputation, a bit of a name there, making a bit of noise, you know, because that's what you got to do. If you hang around the right parts, people are going to start talking about it.
Yeah.
And then I remember Carl Barrett was DJing from the Libertines, and I gave him a business card. But before I gave him a business card, I did this trick where he picked a card, and then I lost his card. And then I said to him, "What was the card you had? The King of Spades?" He went, "Fuck yeah." I said, "Look in your hand." And in his hand was a picture on this playing card of him holding the King of Spades. He was like, it's just something I thought of. And I thought, listen, if I didn't meet him, then I'll be hanging around with a prop that I'd never used. But luckily it worked. And then about 3 weeks after that, he called me, and I was doing a gig in London. Sorry. And I missed the call, and I called back, and Pete Doherty answered. And I was like, fuck, because growing up, Pete Doherty is fucking
the
absolute
fucking guy.
legend. Exactly.
Yeah.
And sorry. He said, "Oh, we want you in Glasgow to come on tour with us." I said, "When?" He said, "Tomorrow." I said, "Fuck, I don't know. I'm not going to get there that quick." He went, "Let me tell you something, mate. Every bottle that they throw at you is a symbol of love." And I thought, nah, they're definitely not, mate. I'm not sure about that. I said, "When are you back in, you know, like locally and that?" He said, "Right, we play, what was it, Warrington Park Hall next Friday." I said, "That's me then. That is me." And so I remember turning up, and I didn't know if I was going on the stage. I didn't know what I was doing. So I had tricks ready to just walk around and mingle in. Because when I first did it with Paul Weller, it was walking around the auditorium and entertaining people backstage and on the floors in between the band, and I wasn't on the stage. So I thought I was doing the same thing. So come 7:45 at Warrington Park Hall, they go, "Right, you ready, mate? Got the camera set up and that? Hey, you're going on the stage." Oh, shit, I don't think I could do that. "Come on, you can do it." I was like, "Cole, don't think I can do it." And then Pete, I remember Pete just grabbing me and going, "Listen, mate, you're here for a reason. We know what you're capable of, and you do it." And as I sort of went in for a hug, he sort of pushed me, and I'm there, and I'm like, oh, bollocks. And the first thing I remember, I had this jumper. It was like a roll neck, right, underneath this fucking blazer. Don't know what I was thinking. I thought I looked the bollocks, mate. But the first thing someone shouted out was, "Where'd you get your fucking roll neck from?" And I think I said something about when I was shopping with your mum after I fucking pounded her or something. You know, like I don't know what. Like looking back, it weren't great patter, but it come out and people were like, right, let's see what else he can do. And I was thinking, just say anything. They love it, right? So I ended up. This bloke kept shouting. Blah, blah. I said, "Listen, son. Where did you learn how to fucking whisper? Under an helicopter? Right. Who wants to see a trick?" Next thing you know, I got this, I had this deck of cards and I threw 3 cards away. Next thing you know, I've still got 6. I threw 3 away, I've still got 6. And they're slowly understanding and they're working with me. And then I did a trick where I make milk disappear from a newspaper. I brung someone on. I tie 2 handkerchiefs together and I put them down their shirt, and when I pull them apart, the handkerchiefs aren't in a knot, but they've got a bra in the middle, right? And it's just a classic comedy gag, right? And you never know, you have to be really careful where you're doing these sort of tricks. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And who you're doing it to and this and that. It's similar to, you've got to be careful what sort of jokes you tell and this and that. But the way I look at it is, you're there to be entertained, right? If you're easily offended, just stay at home. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it annoys me when I speak to a lot of people, comedians and some magicians, and they're like, "Oh, we can't do this now. We can't say that." And I'm thinking,
You still can.
when will it? Yeah, but when will it sort of end? We just turn up one day and go, "Good evening. You've been amazing. Good night." And you can't do any set. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people, I'm not saying it's everyone, because it isn't, but it just takes that one person to go, "Oh, I didn't like that trick. That was a bit shit. I'll give him a shit review."
Yeah, it's more. The frustrating thing is I know for comedy, I don't know for magic, but it used to be a in the room thing.
Yeah.
And what was said in the room kind of stays in the room. And if you did a joke that was too offensive or it was too dark, you knew because you got that feedback instantly.
Yeah.
Of them going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And that was sort of how you learnt.
Yeah.
As you go, okay, there's the line, and I've clearly stepped over it there. But once people started bringing like once Twitter came into it, and they went to see this guy,
Yeah.
and he said that,
Yeah.
and then everyone piles on, being like, that's disgusting, and it becomes this whole big controversy. And it's like, we don't really know until we do it that it's too far. But
No.
now you don't even get the leeway to do that thing. You don't even get to be allowed to try it out.
You're scared to do it, in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I've really pushed that far. Like,
No.
I do a little bit.
you do a wee bit.
I do a little bit. I get away with it more than
Most.
I should, and I don't know why. I think it's because I'm a wee tiny guy,
Maybe.
and I'm like quite
Maybe.
camp. You can get away with it.
Do you think?
Wait, but I think you can get away with it if you're like, if I came out and I was like, fuck you all, and said some of the stuff I say, and it was quite aggressive, they'd be like, oh, but because I'm kind of saying it, and I'm like, fucking shut up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's okay.
Cheeky.
Yeah, cheeky.
You do it in a cheeky way.
Yeah.
I love it and I admire it. Listen, I take me out off to both of you because I know it's different as a magician. I'm not comparing them, but to go out there and make people laugh, you know, is one of the hardest things to do. And I've seen your act, and I think I'm not just saying it to blow smoke up your ass, fucking laugh me bollocks off. And I've seen what you've done as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, he got you back.
Is there a
Do you
card
know
in my
what?
hand?
I honestly, you made.
We get Joe Lemon.
There's a bit you done where. Was it recently? I saw this clip of you and you're playing somewhere and they changed your music. Do you remember? And was it you changed his music before he walked on? And
Yes.
Like, oh, you're all using the Queen's fucking money.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I laughed my bollocks off. I thought that was fucking
Oh, that was
gold.
like fucking 3 or 4 years
Years
ago.
ago.
But that was in the Feel.
That was they get him. Yeah, that wasn't a film.
was in
He
the
done it.
film.
He played obviously because I support Celtic and whatever, right? So he played for me coming on supporting him in the Limelight years ago. He played Simply the Best. And obviously the crew was in to see him. They were all fucking, so they were singing the actual chorus that they normally sing it on. And I come on stage and I was like, who the fuck put that on?
I just realised that I was doing the Feel and I was like, you all use the Queen's money, you bastard. What the
piss
fuck am I
myself.
doing?
Fucking laughed my bollocks off.
But they loved it though.
No, yeah.
Because I think what benefits me in that sort of gig is no one from my background really does it
Yeah.
and plays into it.
Yeah.
Whereas I kind of go pantomime villain with it, where I'm like, well, I have this notion of me anyway, so I'll play into that, and it's funnier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas if I was like, it's alright, we're all friends, let's all hug. It's not that funny, but if I'm like, fuck you bastards, it's funnier.
Yeah.
God,
I think it's a definitely over here, like it's a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, talking to people. Like when did you come here?
Couple of years ago now it'd be, and funny enough, the first time I come here was it was 8 years ago yesterday, because I did, as I was saying, going back to that documentary, we did a premiere over here, and one, that was the first time I've ever flown in my life, and secondly, that was the first time I ever come over here. And then you fast forward, and I met my partner, who's now my wife. I met her at a show I did in London at the Shard. I literally took her up the Shard.
Yeah.
Eh? Big man alert. But she was, we just hit it off. You know, it's not like, I'm not one of these lovey, I am quite a loving person, but it's like, we just hit it off straight away. And like, she stood by me. This industry, I've done some great stuff and some bad stuff. And the bad stuff in terms of that is, you know, going out fucking partying all the time after the shows and that girl stood by me, and And then when it come to the point where she was pregnant with our son Lonnie, who's now 3 years old, I thought, right, I've got to make a decision here. You know, what do I want? What do I think would be beneficial, not just for the family but for myself? And what I did was just packed up and moved over here, started all over again, and you know, clean living, stopped all the partying and that, and it's just a different lifestyle and different way of life. And as I said, I had to start from the bottom again because no one really knew who I was over here, and that's what I loved, because it was so exciting.
Yeah.
It's so exciting to know, you know, you could, for instance, walking out of the Empire, you think, right, it's the first time these people are going to see you. You've got to go out there and do the best you can. And if you do the best and it ain't good enough for them, then listen, you've tried. And then at the SSE, and you think, right, let's see what I can do here. And then it got to the point where I thought, well, I want to put on my own show here.
Yeah.
So I did.
Why not?
I got one at the Grand Opera House studio, and we stuck that out in May, and like 3 weeks later, it fucking sold out. And I'm like, that's like, for me personally, you know, I don't compare myself to anyone. I never do, you know, because as I said at the beginning, I'm totally different to anyone who's doing it. But for me, that was like, wow, that there's a lot of love here for this. So then I've got, on the 18th of January, I'm playing the Limelight, and that's the biggest headline show I've done. You know, in terms of places I've performed, as I said before, with
you've
bigger
done bigger
ones, but that's not
for
my
yourself.
show.
No, I
Yeah.
get you. I
So-
look at it the exact same way.
So this year, I'm fucking so excited for it, because I've got, pardon the pun, a lot of tricks up my sleeve, right? So obviously there's a big connection with the whole Oasis thing there, right? Like they found out Definitely Maybe was number one, and it was like they were the first place they played was Belfast after it hit number one. I think that was it was either they found out it was number one before they went on stage, or when they got off stage, or that was the first place they played after it got number one. Regardless, it's iconic, right? So in this Limelight show, there's going to be
Oasis reps.
well, there's going to be a few surprises. Just put that out there, and
See where you're the magic word.
yeah.
Could you magic me a ticket to see Oasis?
Where do you want a ticket to?
I don't know. I've been
Where would
offered
you-
one for Edinburgh, but I've tried for everywhere.
Where would you go?
I would go everywhere.
If I could get one to London, would you go?
Fucking right about
Yeah.
that.
I
Just
think
one?
I'm going to Dublin one.
Huh?
I think it's Dublin the one I'm going to.
Are you going?
You
Did
going?
get a ticket?
Got one in the end.
I can't wait for it. Like it's mental. Like I mean, both of their obviously solo careers I followed massively. Like watched Liam,
Yeah.
countless times.
Is Oasis your favourite band?
Oh no, the Jam. It'd be the
Jam
Jam.
is-
Yeah, Paul, yeah. That's. I tell you now, if there was a reunion for that, mate, I'd sell my fucking house. I'd sell my wife's car, not mine. But that would be it, mate. Like that would be.
Can you sell a daily car?
Hey, it's the fucking same one you got, isn't it? I that would be phenomenal. But what I like so much about what Paul Weller is that it's done, you know, and I'm a big believer in that. Leave everything in the past.
Yeah.
You know, like when the Stone Roses, fuck me, how many times did they get back together in the end? It was a few times, and it just weren't the same.
But I like, because I didn't get to see them back in their day.
No,
so when they were formed, I was like, I can finally see these guys.
I saw him at
fucking great.
Finsbury, and I burned all that. Like I don't know, the sound weren't great. I mean, Ian Brown is a great little front man, and he's a legend, isn't he? But it got to the point where it was like,
See, I saw them at Tea in the Park.
yeah,
And that opening, I Want to Be Adored, which is the best opening song to a concert, because it's just the fucking 2-minute build up of the bass line, and then flares went off just as the drums kicked in, so the sky was entirely red. And all you could hear was like,
Brilliant,
I don't have to sell my soul. It was fucking brilliant.
You actually sounded like him.
Yeah. I'll say this.
that was unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you do the whole song?
Yeah. It's not 8 times. But he's one of what you're saying about Ian Brown. There's some songs he can still sing very well.
Yeah.
And then he'll do like a waterfall, and you're like, oh, you can't do that anymore.
See, to be honest, like Liam Gallagher when he played in Boucher Road
Yeah.
a few months ago.
Yeah.
I heard that wasn't great. Like the sound wasn't great.
I blamed the crowd.
Do you want to see something funny? Actually,
Were you there?
Yeah, right. And
You were wearing the curtain jacket, weren't you?
steady on, son. There's yeah. So
then
I
again-
had this jacket, right?
Is this what you were going to talk about?
Yeah, but there's don't if you know, don't say it just yet. But So I've got fucking far too many jackets, and that's the truth. Like, I'd think to myself, right, I've got another gig coming up, new jacket. Don't know what it is, I just love a new jacket, right? And I was going to wear this nice orange one, and I thought, someone's going to wear that. I've got this jacket here. I thought, no one in Belfast is going to have this jacket, right? This is it, right? So I put this jacket on, which I'm just about to show you.
You've had many jackets, it takes a year to find.
Honestly, it's...
You think like you being a magician, you'd be able to pull that out of your sleeve?
Right, so this is the jacket. Sometimes I just switch off when people talk, sorry. So that's the jacket, right? Yeah, that's the one you're seeing, right? So it's like... Right? Yeah. Steady on. Oh my God.
Steady on, right back at you.
Willie judged that, like...
I know, right?
Yeah.
Mate, that was fucking harsh.
That was an assassination, though.
So this is the picture of me, obviously, but wearing this jacket. I thought, no one is going to be wearing this fucking jacket, right? Kasabian were on, and I heard this tambourine, right? I'm looking, here's me, I'm like, there's no one on there with a tambourine. This geezer's tapped me on the shoulder. Oh, fuck me. He's got the same jacket on as me, this geezer, right? He's got a bucket out and he's carrying a tambourine, right? I thought, I've got to get a picture of this cunt. Look at that. He's got the same fucking jacket on.
Same jeans, and he's better looking than you.
Can you see that?
Do you know what that actually looks like?
I know.
Do you know?
Sure.
It looks like Rain Man.
So he got...
Oh, we went different angles
A
there.
lot of people were saying he's fucking...
And he went Rain Man.
Alan Carr and that.
Yeah, he does.
Lovely fella. Lovely fella. But I just couldn't believe my luck. I thought, no one.
What is that jacket? Is it Ben Sherman?
No, Pretty Green. So Liam's old brand.
Okay.
Still knock it about, but it's all right. Some of the stuff's good. But I just thought, no one is going to be wearing this, right? And when this geezer patted me on the shoulder and I turned around, you just saw everyone around me going, like pissing themselves. I was like, in my head, I'm like...
You were raging, but weren't you?
I was. I wanted to two-foot him and all that. But
yeah.
You can't really do that, But no, do you know what? It was... spoke to him for a while and he was a lovely, lovely lad. And what I love about gigs is... he could be working every single day of the week and he's in an office job. I don't know if he is, I'm just saying, and hating what he's doing. And then all of a sudden he can go to a gig and feel like he can be whoever he wants to be. Yeah. Hence why he was there with a tambourine, a bucket hat and the same coat as the Magic Mod. And I remember when Kasabian played Fire and I looked over and there's him just up in the air bouncing about with his tambourine and I just thought, that's what life's about, isn't it? Just enjoying stuff like that. And, if people, my biggest pet hate is going to a gig and people are just standing there, that way, filming. Why would you do that?
Enjoy the experience.
Like, I get it if there's one song, one song that's really meaningful to them and they want to get a quick 30 second. Yeah. But see, for the full hour and a half, watch it at home, you can't.
Exactly that. Yeah. I remember I saw Ocean Colour Scene at Hammersmith Apollo. Paul Weller supported Ocean Colour Scene with the main act, right? And this geezer was in front and he had a fucking iPad like that. And he was holding it up like that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking...
Ocean Colour Scene, it's Spiral Carpets, all them bands from back in the day. Like, there was no iPads back in the day. So he's not not doing what he done back in the day. Like, there's no way. Do you know what I mean?
But people do it these days to go live on like a platform to get people to watch them. But like, no one gives a fuck about you, mate.
They do it. Like on our shows, I've seen people going on TikTok live streaming the show, and I've stopped mid-show and went, "Turn that off."
Fucking right, man.
I'm like, you're in the room, you fucking dick.
Hey.
Like, I'm like, I appreciate. I'll try and be nice and be like, I appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
But you paid, they didn't.
No, exactly that.
And also, your shit recording where you're fucking doing this, it doesn't look good.
Don't do justice.
Fucking turn it off. Does my fucking head in.
So I always, I don't mind people taking a photo, but I can't have people filming a trick and that because you need to experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
You
know? You can't be watching it through your phone going, oh, this is going to be brilliant. Do you know what I mean? You just won't get the same...
For big concerts, they get like a fucking half the world away comes on and it's like a meaningful song and you're like, I just want to get the chorus. I'm fine with like a 30-second one, but when they start doing it for the whole thing, it's so annoying. Yeah. But that Liam Gallagher in Boucher, was there a fun for her there?
there was a big wheel at the back.
Because I heard people say they were like standing near the back and they couldn't hear Liam Gallagher because the funfair was just blasting like trance music, and that's all they could fucking hear.
You know, we were. My missus, bless her, is only little. How tall are you?
I'm about 5'5".
She's about 5'1". She's really tiny, mate. Bless her. So she always has to wear heels everywhere we go, right? And she couldn't see, and I was like, "Do you want to get on my shoulders?" No, we're not doing that shit. And I'm like, "Thank fuck for that." Right, we'll try and get to the front. So I went up to the security guy, and I proper played it up. I was like, "Mate, my missus, she's got a bit of a condition with her eyes. She can't see. Like, she hasn't got her notes with her to sort of say, look, but she's like a little bit blind and that." And the bloke was like, "Fuck." I was like, "Any chance you could sort of, you know, get us in near the front?" "No bother, follow me, son." So he's taken us, and you know there's a split where there's like the front pit, and then there's like these barriers, and then there's all photographers and like security guards, and then there's the rest of the crew. So he's walked us through his barrier, right? I think people thought I was Noel Gallagher, right? Because all of a sudden people going, "Fuck, look, they're like taking photos," and that. I'm like, I hope these people are going to be at my fucking show in January. You know what I mean, right? And then we're standing there, and then next thing you know, we're right at the front of the stage, right at the front, and the experience was brilliant. And then this geezer come up to me with his wife. He was like, "Oh, can she have a photo of you and that?" And I'm like, yeah. And I felt like saying, "Do you know me for the magic, or do you think I'm like a cosplay Liam Gallagher? Like, what one is it, mate? Do you know?" Because I never know these days.
Yeah,
sometimes, as I said, which has been brilliant, people recognise you for who you actually are. And other times it's like, well, it looks a little bit like, no, we'll run with that. It's probably the closest we're going to get to seeing him.
Yeah.
Just get a photo.
So I don't know. But I actually, at that same gig, someone got offended by my comeback. So I got pretty pissed off when someone says, "All right, Liam." Well, listen, I don't get too pissed off, but I always come back with a good comeback. You know, it's what it's about, having a laugh. So after the 252nd time of people saying, "All right, Liam," this woman come up to me, put her arms around me and went, "All right, Liam, can I have a photo?" And I said, "Only if I can have a photo of you, because I love the Addams Family." Right? Mate, she went mental, right?
She may have thought you meant Jerry Adams.
Maybe. But she was from England as well, this woman. So I said, "Right, the Addams Family." Oh, maybe that, you know, that's probably. Oh, fuck knows, you got me thinking now. But anyway, went back on Twitter, right? And I don't look at notifications, because just in case this one time someone sort of slates you, hate it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought, fuck it, I'll have a look through there. And there was this geezer saying, I met him, he was the most arrogant cunt I've ever met in my life. I felt like replying and saying, "You want to meet my dad, mate?" And he was going off on one, saying he's a fucking arsehole. But all these other people, like, I met these loads of people that night, and they put a photo of me and them up saying, "Lovely to meet you, thanks for the tricks." Because when people stop me, I say, "Get on this, do you want to see a trick?" Right? Yeah. And they're like, all right, even when they're in the urinals and that, I'm like, "Do you want to see a trick now? Watch this." So next thing you know, I didn't. But next thing you know, like, they've put all this stuff online and it's lovely. And then this bloke's gone out of his way to say he was rude to my wife and all this and that. And I felt like saying, put a picture up. They know exactly what I mean. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Put a picture of your wife up and they know. But it was just a joke. It was just literally, it was just, you said something to me and I batted it back.
But like, if someone's cheeky to you first and then you're cheeky back and then you're the dickhead, I hate that.
Oh, I hate that. It's like you're supposed to just sit there and get slated.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. People be really fucking mean to us. They'll come over and like, "Hey, is a wee fucking fat bastard," and all that. I'm like, "Aye, nice shoes, mate." And they're like, "Why are you taking it there?"
Aye.
And you're like, "You fucking came up to me. You started it."
Do you get that though, when people sort of try and take the piss, you say something back and then they're offended?
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
How do you deal with it? How would you?
It's mad, because I get the extreme end of it, where there's always somebody that wants to have a digging match or something with you.
Serious?
Yeah. It gets that, like, "Oh, sure, you go, where you go." That's what you always resolve to, fucking violence and all, and you're going,
that's mental.
Yeah, what are you talking about? The worst ones for me, and I stand over this, is when their women's giving you attention and they don't like it.
Yeah.
So they feel like they need to make a cunt out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then they'll make something comment, and the main comment that I normally make back, like, they'll turn around and go, "Alright, mate, have her if you want her." And I go, "Listen, looking at her, I don't think I can afford her." Because you can take out that what you want.
Yeah.
And then they're going, is he implying that I pay for her, or is he implying that she looks like hard work, or they don't know what way to take it? Do you know what I mean?
That's a good one.
But it's one of them ones where I tend to find them the worst. Is because what happens is if the woman's giving you attention, the man then he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
And whether he thought your comedy was brilliant or not, he's sort of like, fuck him, you know. And it's a no-win situation for anybody in that.
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying.
I did something at the weekend over here. Did a close-up set, and there was a guy who ended up. First of all, he was like, "Oh, I don't fucking like magicians and all this," and then I showed him a trick, and he was like, "He's all right," you know. He warmed to me, and his missus was fucking hard work. Lovely woman, but she was really hard work. Like maybe she was off her nut, I don't know, but. Like she was like, I know what you're doing. I know. Oh, look at this and that. And I'm thinking, fucking hell. And then she goes, "You're really good. I'd like to book you for my wedding." I was like, "Love, I prefer if it was your fucking funeral, to be honest." Right? And I was like, "Shit, how's she going to take this?" 2 seconds, and then she pissed herself. I was like, "Oh, fuck, I felt like no, literally, she did."
It happened to me when I was doing Edinburgh. I was doing the compilation in Maggie's Chambers, and there was like a rugby team in. And one of them, clearly, I realised very quickly they must have a game to do this, to like ruin whatever show they're in. Because I was like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Oh, my name's Thick Cock Johnson." And I'm like, just not. I was like, "All right, Thick Cock, what do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a porn star." And I was like, "All right." And then anytime I was talking, one of them would go, and anytime you asked them, "What do you do? Where are you from?" He'd be like, "Oh, I'm from I Love Dick in My Ass." They would keep doing that for like 10 minutes, and eventually one of them did it again, and I lost my fucking shit. And I was just like, "Mate, you're in Edinburgh during an arts fest. Everybody here takes dick in the eye. This isn't fancy. Everyone in the crowd is just fresh from fucking a dick in their ass. So shut the fuck up." And after that, they were like, "We didn't think you'd do that. That was very fun." But you can end up... Yeah. I went around them all after. But you can...
Full team, Willie?
Yeah. But yeah, I earned the bucket that night.
High five.
Yeah. They just put notes in my arse after. But it was one of those, like, they don't expect you to lose your temper.
So were they waiting for you to lose it before they stopped it?
I think... Because some comedians won't and will try to ignore it. Whereas I was in the middle of the Edinburgh Festival, which is a very... You know, you're doing shows every day for a month straight. You're fucking tired. And sometimes they don't go well, so you're fucking up to here anyway. So then, when that happened, I just was like,
Fuck it.
that yous are getting this. I'm venting on yous, and I went off on them for 5 minutes. And then after, they were like, "Oh, that was enjoyable."
Do you know harm? Did them no harm.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
Love
I
that.
used to be like
Fuck
that.
'em.
Like, I'll not lose my temper, I'll be in good spirits, and now I'm like, if I'm in
Sometimes
a
it's
bad
hard.
mood, fuck you.
No,
I
sometimes
can't be
it's hard.
arsed.
Sometimes it is. I mean, at the end of the day, we're only human beings as well.
Yeah.
And we have the same emotions. So, like, at the weekend there, I was on the crutch really bad with the fucking thing, and people were laughing. And, like, afterwards, I couldn't escape. And it was the one time that I was like, "Oh no, I have to go." I couldn't escape them. I physically couldn't get away from them. And I was there for like an hour. And it was just drunk people just fucking and like kissing you and everything. Do you know, it was just like, holy fuck, this is a nightmare. I need to get a fucking very quick wheelchair if I'm not able to walk from now on.
Yeah. You need one of those wee mobility scooters.
Fucking need something.
Oh, it'd be so funny if you came in the gigs on them.
Well, it was fucking funny when I came on a fucking crutch at the weekend. Like Xavier.
I start bullying you for being disabled. That'd be so funny.
And I
tipping your chair over and all
Tables have
stealing.
turned.
Tables have turned. Be careful what you talk about. Now they ended up being disabled.
Fucking hell.
It's manifested from the tattoo. But where can they get their tickets from? If there's tickets on sale.
The one at the Limelight, I'd love to see as many people as possible there. If you guys ain't doing a show either, you know, more than welcome.
Yeah,
Come
no,
down and
I'd
watch
come
it.
down
I'd
if
love
I'm
to.
not,
I'd
if
love
I'm
to have the
about, yeah,
support.
100%.
You know, I meant that, and
For both of us.
yeah.
He's not committing.
I wasn't listening. I hear your voice and zone out. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's fun to. It'd be nice to see as many people as possible. As I said, the 18th of January at Limelight.
18th
I think they're on Ticketmaster and all that. And
NI Comedy, did they have it on?
yes, it's all on that, on
Yeah.
the socials and that. And
Well, we'll put a wee link up on
yeah,
this.
please do it.
and,
Be good.
And go and see it because it's different and this is your own show.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to see a trick before we leave?
Yeah.
After those, I want to go to it now. After
let's
that's
finish.
blown my fucking mind.
Let's go. Finish on a fucking card trick.
Finish on a high, yeah? Right. Give this one a go. In fact, give them a shuffle as well as you like.
Stop looking at me.
Yeah, like me looking at you when I'm shuffling my
No, I
cards.
don't. No.
I heard you let everybody shuffle the cards.
Absolutely not.
Not me.
After that story you just told us. Right, are they shuffled? We're going to use the red ones anyway, so don't worry about it. So what I want you to do is just say stop whenever you like.
And I says I go to his show.
Just say stop.
Stop.
There. Right, this is the card we stopped at. What I'd like you to do, 7 of diamonds. Sign your name on there. Yeah. And I'm going to get you to sign a card in a minute as well.
It works.
Oh, look at that. He was,
I'm so excited.
he was
We're friends now.
So the 7 of diamonds has your signature on the face of it. Could you lift up half the deck? And I'll place your card there. Okay, in a minute, put the rest on top. Never mind. So we've now got a new top card, and that new top card is the 6 of diamonds. Okay. I'll tell you what, I'll get you to sign this.
Okay.
Hold on to that pen. What I'll do is I'll get you to sign I'll tell you what, sign the back of that as big as you can.
There you go.
Let's just recap.
Yeah.
Okay. So your card, the 6 of diamonds, he gets it. It's a slow burner. Your card, the 6 of diamonds, is signed on the back. So now it's a marked deck. Technically, it's cheating.
Right.
I am cheating. Don't let the wife know. So your card is signed on the back. When I flick through, it's going to be very easy to find. Look, that's your card. We know that's your card.
Yeah.
That's not going to be that impressive, is it?
No.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But if I take that card underneath and that was your card, would that be half impressive?
Yeah.
Yeah? So is that your card there with your signature?
It is,
But
yeah.
watch carefully. Hold your hand out flat and put your other hand on top. I'm going to take one card out. So this is the card with the signature on the face, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is the 6 of diamonds. That's the card you signed a minute ago. If you have a look at one card, both signatures are now on one card.
I like it, man. You're a wizard.
What?
That's mental. That's fucking insane. That's insane, man.
Go and see him. Go and see the magic.
Go
ball.
and see Magic
If
Ball.
that doesn't make
Get
you
there.
go and see him, go and see him. That was
January
fucking unreal.
18th.
January the 18th, yeah. Maybe when I have a little bit of music before, I've got a little acoustic music before, yeah. I don't want to give too many secrets away because I've got a few, like, I'm constantly thinking of what I would like to see,
Yeah.
you know, so, yeah, just get there.
Get
It'll
there.
be worth it. Bring
Go and do
everyone.
it.
Bring
But
everyone.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Oh, thank you for
Cheers,
having
man.
me.
Thank you.
No, I
Yes.
appreciate you giving me the time. Thanks a lot.
It was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Check it out, folks. Get it going. If you have anything to plug.
Tickets on sale, WilliamThompsonComedy.com, Waterfront, Millennium Forum. The tour starts in November. All that jazz.
Yeah, I've Paddy McDonald Comedy. Go and get tickets for wherever. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, and the
Thank you for having
Patreon.
me.
Check out the Patreon. There's
Yes,
stand-up. There's live shows.
Visual antics for our merch as well. Bump, 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 bump. And apologies, by the way, for the show not being on last
Yes.
week.
Apologies for that.
We have
rescheduled.
rescheduled it for next year.
I feel electric when you go. It's better than never feeling anything at all. So why wait? This is fate. We are one, don't hesitate. I feel electric when you go. Near go.